What up, guys? Give you guys a little video. I did not do one last week, or did I? Honestly, I don't even know if I did or didn't. I think I did. I think I did. Um, Whatever. Um, so wanted to do some power rankings. We've had a lot of moving and shaking. We've had a lot of trades. Um, you know what? Yeah, yeah. I did do a trade. No, I did do a video. Anyway, um, lot to dive into here today. I don't know how long this video is going to be. It could be pretty long. Um, I do want to unpack several things. Um, Lots of trades. I love seeing all the movement, all the people being active, trying to upgrade the rosters. We have a very competitive league this year. I honestly don't think anyone is quite out of it. Um, you know, Anything can happen because this year is crazy with COVID. And real quick, a message about the COVID stuff. Honestly, we just have to deal with it. Um, Whatever happens, happens. With those teams, I think when you draft a player, you have to think about the organization that they are with, how serious they take things, how careful they might be. Um, so it's one of those things where we just have to abide by what the NFL is doing. If they're moving games, if it's treated like as a bye. Um, there's also scenarios where there could be games that are flat out canceled and not made up if they are teams that are not in a playoff race. For example, I was just listening earlier today about the Colts game, and I think that game's going to be fine, by the way. But there it was a 1-4 team going up against the Colts were playing. I think the Jets maybe. I can't remember. It was an 0-5 team. So it's like, do they make that game up? It's possible that they don't. They just cancel it, or potentially move it to week 18 during the playoffs just to make it up because it could have draft implications for those actual teams. So if that happens, unfortunately, you might just lose that game, and that kind of so think about that with your rosters. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but with all of this COVID stuff, unless we get a vaccine soon, honestly, it could happen. I think they should have made some adjustments with the NFL this year and made it a 20-week schedule and given every team two buys and or more. Maybe move the Super Bowl to March because it's not as easy as they thought it was going to be. So I'm just telling you guys, you're going to have to adapt and adjust. We're all in it. So it's just, fantasy is a little bit of luck sometimes, especially with injuries. So let's dive into some rankings, and then we'll do some matchups. As I go through the rankings, I'll touch on some trades that people did. We're gonna keep James at 10 for now. Could be moving up. Did make a deal today. Big deal with CMC. Now we don't know when CMC is coming back. Could be next week. Could be 2 weeks. Could be 3 weeks. But he's staring. He's 1-4. Could be staring at 1-5. So he did a deal. Gives him Miles Sanders, Mike Evans, and Jarvis Landry. Two absolute must starts every week, and one plug-in player, depending on the matchups. Solid player with Jarvis Landry. So he's actually going up against me this week. I actually did not realize that when I made the trade. Not saying it would have impacted my decision, but I swear to God, I did not know I was playing him. My team is looking very. This is not going to be a good week for me, but he's given himself a fighting chance. If Gronk can turn it on, Miles Sanders keeps playing the way he's been playing the last couple weeks. He's got a chance to make a little bit of noise, but right now he is in that 10 spot. He needs Mahomes to really light it up every single week. He needs Darrell Henderson to continue to play well as well, and my boy Stephon Diggs. If that guy, you don't, now that he has this team, you don't know what could happen. So that's number 10. Number 9, we're going to put Craig at number 9. Now he's 2-3, got a win last week, got a big score, but we can't overreact to those big scores. Okay, he still has some major running back issues. Um, his wide receivers outside of Devontae Adams are not great. He did do a deal for Kelsey, but he gave up Gurley and Waller, to me. So that was a good deal for both. I, took a small downgrade on my tight end. Waller, very, very solid, could be a keeper, but also got Gurley, and depth at running back this year extremely important. There's a lot of injuries, so we're gonna put Craig at number 9 for right now. Number 8, we got Team Insanity. So I hate to see my boy Josh Allen on his team, but I did a deal to get Kelsey, and then I went and flipped him. So it's one of those things. Who knows? Had the Dak injury happen, I probably wouldn't have done it. We'll get to that in a minute. But now he's got Cook probably out, but he's got Madison, so that was a great pickup. I think that was on the waiver wire. Galladay has been underrated all year. I think he's gonna have a really, really good game against Jacksonville. Ridley, if they play that game, which I think they're on target to, will be good. So he's at number 8. He needs Josh Allen to put up those monster numbers that he has put up this year, though. But I say depth-wise, he's in a bad position if he takes some major injuries. Let's move on. So that was number 8. Number 7, we got King Papalulu. That might surprise some of you because he just beat me, and obviously I haven't mentioned my name, so I'm ahead of him. Beat me by 1 point. Did the move to bench his defense. Was a risky move because there are constantly score adjustments. So I could have got a point up. He could have got a point down. Two points, you don't know because they don't always get it right. Adjustments happen all the time. I've won a game that I thought I lost 2 days later because of a scoring adjustment. So I was still watching it even the last couple of days, seeing if they made one. Turned out to be the right move because his defense stunk it up, went -4. That rarely happens, especially for a solid defense. Which I'm not. Maybe it's not so solid, but we got him at number 7. Aaron Jones, obviously beast. Robbie Anderson playing above expectations. One of the steals of the draft. So he's got Chris Carson on a bye this week. Ronald Jones has been okay. Will Fuller's been okay. So he's got these guys that are all okay. Godwin. If that guy can come back, be healthy, this guy's going to move right back up. Okay? Let's see this team when it's got Deshaun Watson, Aaron Jones, Chris Carson, Robbie Anderson, and Chris Godwin. So, and then, he's got, Breeze on his bench as well. So he's got a solid team. Honestly, these next 7, all of these 7 teams, these are really, really good teams. It's crazy that one of them is going to be left out of the playoffs. Absolutely crazy. So number 6 is going to be Renee, Make It Rain. Okay. Kamara, beast, number 1 running back in fantasy. Singletary's been a disappointment so far. She's got a solid wide receiving core though, with Beckham and Amari Cooper. Justin Jefferson's been good. Has come back to earth a little bit lately. Got that number 1 defense. Got Mark Andrews. So quarterback still a cause of concern. She's got Fitz going this week. We know the story on Fitz though. He's never good for an entire year. It's the shoe's going to drop at some point. And then, Tua's going to come in, So she's got Jalen Hurts on her goddamn bench. I mean, what the hell? Like, are you that, come on. What come on. You shouldn't even have Carson Wentz on your team, let alone Jalen Hurts. So that's our number 6 team. Number 5 team. Okay, this could surprise you too. I'm going to go with Murder Boner. Okay, so here's the reasoning. I don't love your running backs. David Johnson, He's been good at times this year, but he's not David Johnson of old. That Houston team just got a new coach. We don't know who they are. I feel like they're going to be behind in a lot of games, and I think they could end up abandoning the run. Um, James Robinson, I don't think he is going to keep up the production that he has been doing lately. Even last week, he finally tapered off. I think you're going to see that continue. If you look at the last, he hit that stride in week 3 against Miami, dropped down to 15 against Cincinnati, 11 against Houston. So I think he's going to continue to drop down in production. So I don't love those guys. Melvin Gordon, DUI this week. What's going to happen there? Probably not a huge deal, but still, there's some concern there. So I don't love your running backs. That's my issue with your team. Wide receiver-wise, you got Cooper Kupp, has underperformed so far with his standards. PPR league, he needs to be gobbling up more catches. Michael Thomas, we have not seen him on the field since week 1. Okay, last week because of discipline. Now he's back on a bye. Henry Ruggs, he's had some good games. Also on a bye this week. I think you're almost punting this week, looking at your lineup, and I think I understand it. I get it. You are playing. You just get Eckler in the deal. He's on the IR, so you are definitely hoping to hang on, like another team that I'm about to talk about, till the playoffs and let your team shine there. So I get it. You do have some risk with the way your team is built, though. Because with COVID and all these injuries, these soft tissue injuries, you can find yourself at 3-7 easily. Whatever it may, not 3-7 because you're already 3-2, but let's say 4-8, 5 and whatever it may be, because of all these injuries, and you don't have the depth to replace it, and then you're getting guys on the waiver wire, and you're dropping guys you don't want to drop. So just kind of think about that. So that is our number 5 team. So our number 4 team, it's going to be me. It's going to be Miles time. So I moved up, and I've lost 2 in a row. Now here's the deal, though. I've made some very, very strategic moves, similar to the way Dante is doing, but I do have some more depth. I'm probably punting this week too, though. But I mean, I have Todd Gurley, I have Julio Jones, I have CeeDee Lamb, I have Tyler Lockett, which I could end up trading because I got Metcalf now. I've got Christian McCaffrey. So if I'm able to roll out a lineup, and again, risk reward, that's got Christian McCaffrey, Metcalf, CeeDee Lamb, Julio Jones, Todd Gurley. With Waller, Darren Waller. I mean, you don't want to face that team. I think I'm what am I? Hold on. I swear, you guys tee off on me all the time, and score-wise, I mean. And real quick, just talking about Dante, why I have him below me at 5, he scored less points than me. He's had the second least amount of points scored against him all year, okay? So he's been very lucky to get the 3 wins that he has. Not saying that he should be, 0-5 or 1-4, but he could easily be 2-3 or 1-4 if the schedule was different. So again, second least amount of points have been scored against him. You look at me, I've had the second most scored against me. Okay, the third by 2 points. I am the second highest scoring team in the league. Okay, so yes, I'm going to put myself at 4 because people have gotten their career weeks against me or their yearly weeks against me. So that is the reasoning there, just FYI. Let's move on to number 3. Martin scores easy. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Oh, I misclicked. Bill is number 3. Your worst nightmare. So a little spoiler alert there. Bill, you are number 3. Love your team, but I like Martin's a little bit better. Okay. You got solid tight ends, 2. Good. You got to have that depth at tight end. Your running backs, they're okay. Okay. Mike Davis, that's your question mark. CMC when he comes back, what happens to Mike Davis? He's not going to disappear, but production's going to go way down. Jonathan Taylor. Okay, he's okay, but he's playing on a team that's 1-4. They're behind. They're relying on their defense. Josh Jacobs, monster. Love that kid. Love that kid. Okay, but I just don't love the combination of running backs that you've got going. Hopkins, beast, number one wide receiver. I mean, just he's awesome. Tyler Boyd playing pretty well, above expectations. I think he's going to actually continue to improve. Aaron Rodgers, beast. So like your team a lot. Got you at number 3. We'll see what happens. Number 2, Martin Scorsese. All right. You're solid at running back. You're solid at wide receiver with Woods and Thielen. And Keenan Allen, he's questionable this week. You got Hunter Henry and Evan Ingram, guys to not sneeze about there. I forgot about Claypool. Is Claypool a flash in the pan? I don't know, but the fact that you have him gives you depth, and that is super, super important. You've got a solid defense. You've got one of the best kickers. Your quarterback situation is questionable. You don't have home run hitters. You could have one of these quarterbacks could go for 12 points one week, and you lose because of that. So just that's a cause for concern. Our number 1 team continues to be the benefit of things. She is 4-1. She's the second highest scoring team in the league. I think she's actually had the least amount of points scored against her, but that doesn't matter when you are one of the highest scoring teams. Here's the deal. Le'Veon Bell just got signed by KC. Nick Chubb got hurt last week. So automatically the stock on Kareem Hunt and Bell goes up tremendously. She's got guys like Tyreek Hill, Allen Robinson, Kittle. Monstrief is back, and 49ers don't look like a good team, but that guy came back like he didn't miss any time. I really thought he was going to get eased back in. McKinnon was still going to get a lot of work. It didn't happen. Let's not forget about the freak Derrick Henry just throwing Josh Norman across the fucking field like a ragdoll bitch. Dude's a beast. And you got Hollywood, Lamar Jackson. Guys, come on. Guy's awesome. Didn't have the best game last week, but he didn't need to. They were playing. Who did they play last week? Cincinnati. So anyway, those are the rankings. Let's get to some picks. Told y'all it was gonna be a long video. What are we at so far? 17 minutes. You guys still with me? Still watching? Let's talk about Make It Rain and back to back. I think back to back wins this game. I think back to back gets this win. But it's going to be closer than the projection says. It's going to be a 10-point game. So mark that down. 10-point game, back to back wins. Team Insanity against your worst nightmare. Josh Allen's going against KC, so he's going to be throwing all game because they're going to be behind. Or maybe they're not. Phil Lindsay's going to get more work this week, so I think Melvin Gordon's either not going to play or not play the first half. Something like that. Madison's going to do well if they play. You know what? I am going to surprise y'all, and I don't think Team Insanity is going to get a win here. And I think it's that Josh Allen's going to go off for 45. Asterisk only if the Minnesota-Atlanta game happens. If that game doesn't happen, Brandon's going to get blown out. Skittles and Bits against King Papalulu. I don't know why I'm saying Lulu. Yeah, I definitely think Binky's Kills and Bits keeps on rolling here. Gets the W. We got Martin Scorsese against Murder Boner. This is our game of the week, I think. I'm just going in order. I should have done this one last. I think Martin Scorsese wins this game. And I think Dante's semi-punting this week. He's got Russell Wilson out. He's not even starting a kicker right now. He might just leave a kicker out because He doesn't want to drop anyone. I get it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I definitely think Martin Scorsese wins this game, and I think even if he puts a kicker in, he wins this game. And then Miles Time against um, Team Whoppers. I think Team Whoppers is going to beat me because of the trade I did, actually. Um, I'm going to need some freak performances. I'm starting Andy Dalton. I don't know what's going to happen there. Julio Jones, who knows if he plays. If Atlanta Minnesota game doesn't play, I just lose outright. I may not even make any moves to replace those guys because I can't. And not to get quality guys that would win. So yeah, Team Whoppers gets the second win. Crazy trades, guys. I love seeing the trades. I think people are making the right moves for their teams. I think you got teams that are doing what they need to do to survive. I think you got teams setting themselves up for the future, swinging for the fences. It's going to be an exciting year. My boy Dak, man, I'll be honest. I got a little emotional on Sunday. I slammed the door. I said F words in front of family that was in town from California. I caused the scene. Couldn't even enjoy the win. It's just a heartbreaking. I don't know if there's many better human beings in the NFL than Dak Prescott. So I really hate that he didn't get his deal. I think both sides are to blame for that. He had a $175 million deal on the table. Supposedly didn't want it. I feel like they both. I think agents get in players' ears a little too much, and I think they want to be don't want to be disrespected, and I think they guide their players in the wrong direction sometimes. Dak Prescott is not Russell Wilson or Mahomes, so I think he needs to be paid below what they are getting paid. Numbers may say different, but it's because Dallas is always trailing in the fourth, and they have to throw. So I think you have to look at those kind of things. It's just a very unfortunate situation. I will be very upset if Dallas does not do right by him next year, even if it's another franchise tag. But I think they definitely need to, make sure he continues to get his money. Those are my thoughts, guys. Good luck this week. Sorry it's a long video. Maybe enjoy it. I don't know. This is the episode of Schitt's Creek length. Okay. Anyway, have a good one, guys. I'll see you later.